What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk the latest and greatest of cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? So we're back from the holiday break. You should be checking out the episode. Should have happened, or it's about to happen on the radio too. So shout out to all of our new radio listeners on 99.1. Out there in Metro Atlanta. And then, just like always, you can find us on all the social medias by our name. You can find us on YouTube as well as your podcast platform of choice. But without further ado, I'll give it to Shannon.
All right, everybody. So this article comes from Bleeping Computer, written by Sergey Gatlin. And the title of this one is U.S. Government Launches Cybersecurity Safety Label for Smart Devices. So for all of you longtime listeners of the show, you've already heard us talk about this, right? And it's this U.S. Cyber Trust Mark, right? So pretty much what the gist of this is that with all these devices that, don't usually get the attention and the love, like some of your major components, like your computers and your operating systems and things of that nature that get patched regularly, they're starting to do this thing where this U.S. Cyber Trust Mark is a cybersecurity safety label, pretty much is what it is, that you can find on internet-connected devices that tells you this device has gone through has been approved by NIST as something that is a more secure option. I'm not going to say the most secure option, but what it is pretty much is like those smart devices that we've all become accustomed to, right? Like, we always got to have the smart TVs, the Ring doorbells, things of that nature. Pretty much what it is, your appliances even, right? So like your washer, your dryer, your refrigerator, all those things. What it is when they start selling these now, and this is voluntary. I'll put this out there. This is voluntary. It's not something that's mandatory for people to do, which is going to bring me to a point here shortly. But when you see this cyber trust mark, what it means is that it has gone through the testing. NIST has said, yes, we think that this is something that the company is going to be doing better updating for it. They're going to be doing better cybersecurity for it, things of that nature. So the cyber trust mark is something that's going to be good for people to look out for. But what needs to happen is people need to get into the habit of this, right? Like, I think this is one of those things that needs to be more advertised, I guess you could say, so that people know it's something that's out there, right? Because I'll be honest with you, if I'm being honest, and I say this, I should have known better when I did it. I just went and got my daughter. We moved my daughter's room, and we went and got another TV. So for my daughter, I look for the bare minimum, right? Like, yes, okay, does it have this? Does it have that? Does it have that? It wasn't like I was looking for anything to tell me, oh, this was, patched up to this level or anything, or researching any software or anything of that nature. So for me, it was just one of those things where, like, I just wanted to get in and out real quick, paid under 3 figures for a TV for her, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's for my daughter. She's 7. She don't need much, right? But we need to get into the habit of looking for this cyber trust mark, right? And how do we get that message out to the masses? This is one way, right? This is one way we get about doing it, is getting people to watch the other side of the firewall, the greatest podcast out there known to man. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is something good. And like I said, we did touch on this, and this program started, I want to say it was August of 2023, I think is when it was.
July.
July. Okay, July of 2023 was when they first launched this and said, hey, this is something we're coming out with. It's just taken about 18 months, right? 18 months, 17 months-ish for them to come out with it. But I like it. I like that they're going to step on this and make it happen in 2025 and this year. So, but yeah, this is something that's definitely needed, right? Because you got people remotely hacking all these IoT devices out there, whenever they can. But Ryan, what's your thoughts on this, man?
Yeah, I think it's a great not cause, right? But a great initiative or program. So we talked about it, like you said, a while back, and we're like, yeah, we're not sure about it, but we think it's a good idea. We're not sure how they're going to enforce it or how they're going to push it out. So here it is, and now we get to actually see it come to fruition. So your Amazon, Google, Best Buy, LG, Logitech, Samsung devices. So those will be your leads, and then from there, hopefully, it'll trickle down to your not so brand name devices as well, and it'll be highlighted in Best Buy, Amazon, what the mark is and why you should care, basically. So I think it's a great initiative. Hopefully it does catch wind, and then it's going to force other companies, right, to comply. And really it comes down to, like, these companies are going to chip makers and third parties and things of that nature. They're all sharing products. So it'll have to be built into the pipeline, and then that should push it to everybody else. Is the hope, right? So it's forced compliance through third party vendor risk management. I guess you could look at it from that perspective. So yeah, I'm down for it. Like I would like to see this come to fruition so we can kind of highlight these type of things on the podcast. Not trying to basically search for sponsors, things of that nature. But if you'd like to be a sponsor and have us discuss how your product is secure or not secure, then we can talk about some things, especially them Samsungs. All right.
I got a lot of Samsung in my house too.
Yeah, some Samsungs and LGs. Come holler at us. Do some product testing. But no, I think it's a great idea and a great initiative. It's going to take a couple years before it becomes the norm or the standard, right? But there's already I think it said 11 offices within the federal government that'll be making sure that this becomes a thing, and basically it'll slow down these companies. It'll just be part of their supply chain to get it to said department to have it inspected to make sure it reaches compliance, and then the hope is in the next 5 or 10 years, because everybody's not buying a new TV every year, right? Like these things will remain secure, so that way we don't have to worry about IoT devices going wild in the next 5 to 10 years, or at least try to stifle some of that, so people aren't logging into baby monitors and swatting people through their doorbells. So it'll be a slow trickle, but I think in the end it'll be for the best for Americans, right? So and then it should spread from there. So like if they have to do it for us, those same components are going to be shipped elsewhere in the world. So we might be the first in this initiative, right? We might actually beat the UK. Go America.
My thinking is that the DoD is probably going to push on this pretty hard, right? Like it's going to be one of those things that you have to look out for before you bring something into a DoD facility, right? Like, does it have the
Oh yeah.
cyber trust mark on it? You know what I mean? And for the people out there, like your regular consumer, I hope it's prominently placed too, because like what I noticed, and I noticed this when I was going out looking for my daughter's TV, there's a lot of like these companies are trying to grab your eye when you're looking at their products and whatnot, and you look at all these colors and everything. I hope it's not something that's just like 1 inch by 1 inch on the
Oh right,
box.
right.
You know
So
what I mean?
tiny. Yeah.
Yeah, make it something prominently placed on there to where even if people don't know what it is, right? They're like, "What is that? I've never seen that before."
Yeah.
We're usually pretty inquisitive, right? So we'll take a picture of it and look it up through Google Images and just be like, "Oh, it's a cyber trust mark. This is what that is." Blah blah blah. That sounds good. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I don't know. I'm guessing here, right? Because I haven't seen it out in the wild yet, but it's
I
coming,
want to.
2025.
Yeah, I want a humongous badge shaped like the American bald eagle with with the red, white, and blue trailing behind it, right? America. But no, it'll probably be. It has to be substantial enough to have a QR code next to it. So
Yeah, to read.
it has to
Yeah,
be that big at least. So
yeah.
for you to scan the QR code, if you're so interested, um, but not to go on a tangent, but just be careful about QR codes, right? Like rub on that thing to make sure it's not a sticker on top of a sticker, so somebody's not trying to get you. But I digress. That's for a different topic for a different day. But definitely continue to check us out throughout the week. Monday and Tuesday are topics. Wednesday discussion. Thursdays ask a CISSP. I might probably won't have one this week, but it should be next week, right? I just got to finish processing it and what have you, editing it. Not really processing, like pure processes. I just edit. And then Friday's everything else, movies, books, games, all that good stuff. Hit up all the websites that go by our name, the other side of the firewall, the other side of the FW, or ask a CISSP. Hit me up personally. I'm at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy. You can find me pretty much on all the platforms, but LinkedIn is where I'm the most responsive. Yeah, hit us up. Stay safe. Stay secure.